The whistle has been blown and the axe has fallen on two guards who were hired to protect New York's George Washington Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bridge that's considered a prime target for terrorists. Meantime, the guards were caught sleeping on the job, not once, not twice, but several times by a bicyclist who commutes across the bridge. CNN's Deb Farrick joins us live now, and you had a chance to speak with the guy who caught them napping, and he really wasn't trying to get them in trouble at first.
This was not a gotcha situation. What this was somebody who actually just felt he really needed to do something. You know, when it comes to potential terrorism, New York City has this saying, if you see something, say something. And that's exactly what a Good Samaritan did, going public with safety concerns at one of the busiest bridges in New York. Joey Lepore loves riding his bike from New Jersey over the George Washington Bridge into New York's Central Park. You take this path every day?
Pretty much every day.
It was on one of those rides across the bridge, Lepore looked over at a security booth and saw something that alarmed him.
I saw a guy sleeping, and I thought, this is crazy that the guy's sleeping on duty.
And he says it happened not once, but 3 times.
I got totally outraged. And I said, you know what? I'm taking a picture of this.
Which he did, walking straight up to the security booth.
Imagine if I was a terrorist. Imagine if I had a gun in my hand. I could have opened up his door and blew his head right off. That's how close I was.
Months before going public, Lepore says he reached out to the security guard.
I said, you know, I don't want to be a jerk and report this, but you got to promise me that you're not going to be sleeping while you're supposed to be guarding a bridge. And he said, no, it won't ever happen again, don't worry.
But when it did, with another guard, Lepore felt there was a bigger problem.
If this guy worked in a deli and he was sleeping behind the counter, I wouldn't care. But when you're protecting us and it's your job to have an eye out for anything that's potentially hazardous for us, our safety, then I take that very seriously.
The Port Authority, which runs the bridges, says both guards have been fired for sleeping on the job. In a statement to CNN, the agency says it welcomes public vigilance and that, quote, the Port Authority takes the safety of its passengers and facilities very seriously and has spent more than $4 billion on security since 9/11. Although he feels badly about the firings, Lepore still feels he did the right thing, especially because a cousin and friends died on 9/11.
If I can do one thing to help one person stay alive, then I'll be very, very fulfilled for that.
Now, neither the Port Authority nor the contractor that hired the security guards would release the names of the 2 men who were fired, so we were unable to reach them directly to find out what happened and why they were sleeping and whether this was just a one-time deal. But again, after he saw it not once but twice, it made him really uneasy. That's why he turned them in.
Yeah, and I mean, and again, we asked the same questions about, you know, safety and vigilance in the wake of 9/11. That was one of the bridges that was a key target of another terror plot that was foiled. And, you know, a lot of concerns about how much traffic goes across that bridge.
Absolutely. And there's also the issue of complacency. Has America gotten too complacent now that so many years have passed where nothing allegedly has happened? So that's the issue now.
And it's not like you found them in the middle of the night sleeping. They were sleeping in the day.
Yeah, and he walked right up to the booth.
10 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
Exactly. And we're all tired, but seriously, nobody dies if I don't do my job.
Except that cow that you saved. So
Thank you very much. Exactly.
Great story and well told. Thanks, Deb.
Thanks.